How are you all? So I was supposed to take orientation for you, but I think it went wonderful anyway, right? Yes, sir. Good. So that's why I thought I'll come and just talk to you about certain more important things. So ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? Good. I'm good. I'm good. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನಾನ್ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗಸ್ ಎನಿವನ್? ಒನ್. ಓಕೆ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಟು. ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯು? ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ ಫುಲ್ಲು? ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ? ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕಿಡಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So write down few numbers, right? Just numbers. Maybe Ashish sir might have told you about this. So I think when you have come to Bangalore, with all the big dream in your head, right? So numbers are significant, right? So you have to change numbers. And everyone in the classroom sitting here, these numbers must get imprinted in your mind. And they are not any surprising numbers, the numbers which are already there in the public domain. I just would like to remind you what are these numbers and why they are important, right? Okay. So we have various categories, gender category and then OBC, SC, ST, EWS, right? So I'll just take the general category numbers, right? So write down the number, right? So should we go subject wise or should we go with the bigger number? Okay. So write 145 essay paper, essay 145, GS 100, GS 2 120, GS 300, GS 4 135, optional 280. Okay, what is the total of these numbers? Eight? 880. Okay, good. So this is 880. Are you sure? Okay. So plus 120 in interview. No, this is the lowest. So out of 275, 120 is the lowest given. There is only one exception where 80 marks was given. I think some 2 years ago. And past 3-4 years in interview, 120 is the lowest. So now 880 plus 120, if you score in interview, you are still going to be in top 100. Top 100, all India rank, right? In UPSC civil services examination. So ideally the interview score, the target should be 190 plus, right? So you write 190 or 190 plus. Out of 275, highest marks given is how much? 215, 215. So last year 3 people scored, before that only one guy, before that again only one person. 215 out of 275 is the highest interview score. So currently I am doing these mock interviews, right? So every year I conduct mock interviews for those who are selected for the interview stage. So I usually do 500 to 600. So this year I think I might have already done around 300 mock interviews for 300 individuals. So I see in front of my eyes the ones who are going to give interview. So they might have scored previously 140, 150. Somebody might have scored 190 in the previous attempt. So they have this hope. This attempt they want to do better, or they want to retain their top scores which they had scored in the previous. So I see a mix of so many types of personalities, right? So they represent almost every part of the country, because students from every state, they appear for mock interview, and they come across as different individuals because of the different socio-economic, different educational background, because upbringing matters, right? The kind of education you get, the kind of culture you have in your home when you were a child, when you were growing up, the kind of culture you got exposed to in the hostels, if some of you studied in hostels, right? The college environment, the co-curriculars, extracurricular activities, everything combined together, what they do is that they prepare you for the challenges, right? They help you develop your personality, but everyone will not have that kind of opportunity. So now after coming to Bangalore, that is why I keep recommending people come to offline mode, right? So UPSC examination is not something where you can prepare from the comfort of your home. You can prepare from the comfort of your home only if you got that kind of exposure and if you're very much confident with respect to your personality, right? So I'll talk about that also. So now, because of this experience, like last 7 years I've been doing this mock interviews, like thousands of students, right? And doing the mains also, I do essay evaluation, answer evaluation, so individually. So having come across all of these different types of individuals, so there are few things I would like to tell you during the course of this session that you must try to do to achieve these kind of numbers. So 120 is given to those individuals who melt in front of the board, who are sometimes dishonest, unknowingly sometimes arrogant, right? The intellectual arrogance, they think that they know everything unknowingly, because that kind of upbringing might be there, right? So since childhood they have been pampered so much and they have been given every kind of opportunity in the classroom, bypassing everyone, giving them a privileged special status. They think that it's a very rare, like very few individuals do that. So largely people are humble, people have humility when they go to interview. When you walk in the interview hall, 180 marks out of 275, 180 is reserved, even before you enter. So from there it starts ticking, +5 or minus, depending on your personality. So if you want to just walk out with 180 marks, you need to be honest to the core. Absolutely no dishonesty. Second one, you have to be confident, right? Very confident, like very relaxed. So 5 individuals are there, you have to be very relaxed, have a conversation with them, right? Third one is humility, right? At no point of the time you should not come across as somebody who is bragging, who is boasting, right? So who is arrogant. So another thing is calmness, in a very relaxed state of mind. So even if your answers are not very good, right? If you are answering to the point, but you are saying the obvious thing, not something that is intellectually stimulating, something out of the box. So even then you will walk out with the 180 marks, right? But if your answers, quality of your answer improves, the moment you open your mouth, you start answering. So from there, there are few things that test: critical thinking, analytical thinking, strong presence of mind, in some cases, creative thinking also, innovative ideas, out of the box thinking. So they will give you a situation, like if you are a SP, if you are a DC, if you are health secretary, if you are a doctor, we have seen many transcripts, if you are health secretary, how are you going to improve the health situation in your state? Or, so the doctor shortage is there, so what are you going to do about it? So in your district, so there is so much of health backwardness, so what are you going to do? So this is something innovative idea they are testing. Usually what people do, the way they write in the mains examination, the case study, right? In ethics paper you have case study, so they try to write, they try to repeat the same thing that they write in the mains examination. So what it is testing is that presence of mind, at the same time something out of the box. Do you have some innovative solution to provide in this scenario? So all these things you have to develop over a course of next 2 years, right? Never forget the interview part and prepare for the UPSC examination. Now interview, so I told you, so 880 marks is the ideal marks. And now last year, like if you just Google last 3 to 4 years toppers, all India rank 1, their main scores are 899, 901, 907, something like this. So it is plus or minus 1 or 2 marks, 900. So we can say 900 is the toppers score in the mains examination. So I have given you a very ambitious targets, right? So if you're going to score 880 and then if you score interview 215, so you could be the all India rank 1. 880, because all India rank 1 they don't score 251. So in fact 4 years ago the all India rank 1 had scored 165. Out of 275 his score was 165. I think his name with public administration optional, his name I forgot, like 4 years ago all India rank 1 he had scored 165, and then in fact Peanut Abi also had scored around 160 something in interview, right? So the main score was wonderful, so that is why they were able to be in rank 1. But now what is happening is that the main scores are stuck, in the sense that earlier we could see that someone was scoring 170 to 180 in essay paper. Now you don't see anyone scoring above 150 in the essay paper. If at all there is one or two individual, it is an aberration, exception, right? So most of the topper scores are between 125 to 140. Most of the topper scores, I have given you 145, and Insights IAS is the perfect place to score 140 plus, because we have so many essay experts, right, and so many people who have been guiding students to score 140 plus consistently, right, almost every year. And some of my students used to score 170 and all, like during 2016, 17, 18, right? So here I talk about it. So that is the target. So now the thing is, you have to ask yourself, like, what is your ambition? What is the level of your ambition? So do you want to prepare for UPSC and give KPSC or APPSC and pass the examination? Is your ambition that much level? Because some people come for UPSC preparation so that they can get any government job, right? Nothing wrong in that. So that is the beginning of maybe certain ambition level. So some people, they want to Indian Forest Service. Some people want to prepare for Indian Forest Service, so that by going through OGP program, they think that they can get highest marks in prelims, because the forest cutoff is higher than the civils cutoff. So and then there are people who want to pass AE, AEE exam, so they want GS. And then there are people who want to just give prelims, like coaching. I'm taking coaching, I just want to give prelims. So some of you might have applied. Did you apply for this year examination? No. So if you applied, don't give the examination, right? So don't waste your attempt. Attempts are very precious. For example, when I'm doing the mock interviews, so when there is a candidate who comes with only one attempt, two attempt, psychologically for me it has a very positive impact, right? So I feel slightly bit more respectful towards that individual, because young and has taken limited number of attempts to reach the interview stage. That doesn't mean we don't respect others, who with 3, 4, 5, 6. There are people with 9, 10, 11 attempts also, right? But then there is a question, like, why these individuals are stuck in this process for 3 years. For you, it is going to be 2.5 years minimum. You know that, right? There is no escape from the 2.5 years is the minimum that you have to stay. So to write the exam, next year it is 1.5 years, 26 attempt, 1.5 years. The exam process itself is 1 year. Till 2027 May, it is 2.5 years for you. So that is a minimum. That is a minimum time that you are going to give, right? So I don't know whether you are going to be employed or unemployed, right? How you are going to give, that is the minimum amount of time. So if something happens in the 26th attempt, add 1 more year, 3.5 years, right? So you have to be mentally ready for this thing. Have you thought about this? Really? How many of you thought about this? Okay. Some of you didn't raise your hand, so you hadn't thought about that. So 3.5 years is the maximum you should make. 2.5 years is the minimum. And I proudly say, confidently I can say, if you can make use of this program, if you can make use of all the mentors, all the teachers available here, this is definitely going to be maximum 3.5 years, minimum 2.5 years for you, right? But for that, you need to have extraordinarily willpower, extraordinary willpower. You have to be extraordinarily strong inside. You have to be extraordinarily perseverant, and that inner motivation, right? Nobody is going to pump you here, like, do. The beauty of this examination is that why many people get eliminated is that self-control is the most difficult thing here, the self-discipline. We are not going to take attendance here. We are not going to give you internal marks. We are not going to threaten you if you don't attend the class that, we will not issue certificate, degree certificate or something like this. You have to drag yourself from your bed, right? Motivate yourself, come and sit in the class or after the class without getting distracted, coffee, tea, KFC, this and that. Go to your room or, study room, sit and, with discipline, again there also, without touching your mobile, without touching any devices. Take the books, do what it takes to see improvement in you, right? Progress is what? Progress is incremental improvement in your abilities, in your skills. You should feel it every day, every hour, right? You should feel it. Next day you should feel it. So have I improved the way I understand things in the classroom? Have I improved the way I am understanding whenever I read something in the newspaper, something in the textbook? Has my comprehension improved? Right? So has my vocabulary improved? And then when you start writing answers, has my quality of introduction improved? Structuring, am I writing relevant to the demand of the question? Right? So eventually you have to go on, developing these skills. So for that, this approach, that horse with, you should not look here and there, like, the single-minded focus is the necessity here, right? Otherwise, it is going to be very, like, cruel 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, right? So there are people stuck in this, loop, spending like 5 years, 6 years. They don't know that they actually spent 5 years and 6 years. It always feels like, they started only recently. But they don't know, like every cycle consumes precious 1 year, 1.5 years of your time. So that is why the very beginning itself I have given you numbers, because if you don't write minimum 50 essays by 2026 June or July, right, you are not going to score not even 120 or 130 plus marks. Are you going to write or not? No. Like, are you telling yes for the sake of, because I asked the question, or is it coming from your innate desire to become, IAS, IPS officer, wear that uniform, become IAS officer and do something for the society? You have to ask the question, because in these, when there are people, in a room or in a function, when you ask the question, it's a herd mentality, the mob psychology, like everyone, it's called group think. Everyone say yes, because the neighbor is saying, others are saying, if I don't say yes, I'm cheating myself, right? So you have to say, are you going to be honest with yourself? If you have said yes, you have to do it. Now, do you have any other alternative, any other option? Why are you here? Like, the very fundamental question is that why are you sitting here? Why? You tell me. Yes, you. No, behind you. Anyway, yes. Yeah, what is that? IAS, right. So you are here to achieve IAS, right? Excellent. Yeah, Panin. IPS officer, wonderful, good. What about, yes, IPS? All big personalities want to become IPS, wonderful. Behind you, blue shirt. Oh, Indian Foreign Service, excellent, very good. See, there is diversity here. Anyone else? Anyone Indian Forest Service also? That's also a good career choice. Anyone Indian Foreign Service? Anyone else? Good, very good. IPS? How many of you want to become IPS? So very good. So rest all of you IAS, right? Anyone IRS income tax? No? IAS, how many of you want to become IAS? It's good, very good. Okay. Hmm? IPS, I think they are okay, fine. Good. So, see, you can make it really beautiful journey, right? When I'm standing here, established this institution, behind that there is a story. Once upon a time I was also an aspirant. So I became PDO. I cracked KS exam in 2011. The result was out in 2013 with sudden corruption cases and all. There was a sting operation in TV. So all over TV, it was highlighted. KPSC, Karmakanda, Brashtachar and all. So Honorable CM Sidramaya government, it had come 2013 May, I think, right? So the first decision they took was scrapping the list, 2011 KS. So I was selected as commercial tax officer. I was hoping at least Tahsildar. So that was given as a last resort. So many people people like me during that time, we used to have this arrogance, including me, that no, I will never give KS exam. I want to become IAS, I'll keep giving only IAS exam. So it teaches humility, this exam, right? So when you, like I wrote 3 mains, went till interview, UPSC, we had 4 attempts at that time. So I had scored 210 marks in interview. By 2 marks I had missed because of the low marks I scored in geography. I had 2 optionals, geography and Kannada literature. So eventually after spending 6 years, it teaches humility. Now any job is a requirement. So that is why I became PDO, then wrote KPSC, then cleared KPSC, but then this happened. So meanwhile I had applied for Tata Institute of Social Science. So there I had got admission. So I thought that, so over a period of year what happened, along with UPSC I started blogging. So I used to blog about issues, lots of issues, like everything, whatever that was coming in the newspaper, I used to write my own comment on that. And at the same time I had developed interest in watching lots of movies. And so I had this, IMDb top 250 movies. So during that time, torrents. So I had, in CD. So all, copied those movies in CD and kept 250. I used to rewatch, watch and again and watch. So I developed interest in media, culture, and other things. So I thought that I'll become a documentary filmmaker or something. So I applied for Tata Institute of Social Science, Media and Cultural Studies. I got admission also. I was supposed to go and join, then this KPSC result came. So then there was a dilemma, like whether to go there, here. So I had fallen in love and there was a compulsion. Madhya agಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ job ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. So this was going to take 2 years, and then there was no guarantee that your documentary is going to win something and earn something. So then the calculation, I thought I'll cancel that and come for the KPSC. Then CM came and he cancelled. Right. So that door got closed and this door got closed. So I was like, then what to do? It was around 2013 June. So then idea came, it was a peak of internet in the sense that people were visiting websites. They were just like you were going with artificial intelligence. So during that time, people were visiting websites. It was like in nascent stage, the UPSC scenario in the internet. So there was Mrunal, right? He had a blog, and apart from him, I think Vision IAS just had started the blog, giving some test series and all. So then I started my own, but I changed everything here. So I started giving questions every day. The people do it started with insights and what I did some in 2000. This is unanimously accepted across the coaching because half of the mentors were born out of insights everywhere, like all over India they are spread. So I started daily answer writing challenge. I started giving a question. I asked people to write, and I didn't have any job. So morning to midnight, I was just reviewing every answer, and then people liked it. More people came, more people wrote. And then I started the Secure Initiative in 2013, right? And then started to write current affairs. And then I introduced current affair quiz. then essay writing challenge weekly. So like this, nearly more than lakh people started visiting our website by 2014, right? Because there was no such facility at that time. So people started coming, and then it resulted a culture in UPSC. Many people started copying the idea and started their own websites. It happened. Usually it happens, right? So then in 14 we started a batch with 40 students. In the very first batch I made them write answers every day, like every day 10 questions. It was for the 10-month duration. So they were writing answers for 10 questions every day. Some of them were totally freshers without coaching. Some of them had taken coaching and had come to Bangalore. So nearly 37 or 38 were non-Kannadigas at that time, because looking at the website, people had come. So in the very first batch, so we got 5 ranks, right? All India rank 8, all India rank 26, all India rank 34, all India rank 95, and then all India rank 395. It was for the first time, this small group of individuals had in any part of the India that much of answer writing. Even today, nobody writes 10 answers every day anywhere, right? And the same thing I am planning to introduce from June here, only for those people from last year OGP batch 1 to this year OGP batches. We are going to take the feedback from the mentors who have been consistent in writing some answers, right? So what we will do, we will make a group of around 30 to 40 individuals, and we will make them write 10 answers every day, but not from the June itself, because we will burn out immediately, like soon, like you cannot sustain it. So maybe 3 to 4 months we will make you write, and then similarly optional answers only after you have gained the basic understanding. So for you, I think we can introduce somewhere in the month of maybe November or December. So till then the major subjects will be over for you. We are ensuring that the most important subjects are covered for you people, right? Especially economy, polity, geography, environment, right? So these are the major subjects. So after that, modern history, right? Science and technology, art and culture, ancient medieval, internal security, governance, social justice. So we will cover everything eventually, and I think we are the ones who have a separate faculty for even the minute subject like agriculture. So most of the institutions, economy teacher will cover agriculture also as part of the economy. So we have separate agri faculty, right? So they take 10 to 12 separate classes only for the agriculture. Similarly for internal security, social justice, like paper 3 is divided between, I think, 3 faculties, right? IR, I think for you, not for you. Batch 2 we are going to start international relations. For you, who is taking the class now? Yeah, environment is happening, right? Yeah, so after my class there is environment class for you, right? So again, our faculties are permanent faculties, so they are staying here, and you should approach them, whatever questions they are giving in the classroom, write answers, right? And after going back to your home, right, visit our website, open the Insights IAS Secure Initiative. So Secure Initiative has given rise to literally hundreds of toppers without visiting our office. The 3 foremost examples I can recount is that Srushti Deshmukh, right? She was a regular contributor, Secure Initiative. Another one, Artika Shukla was there, right? And there was one more, second, Anu Kumari, right? So they all relied on our website. They sat from home. They had other commitments. So one was doctor, one was working and had a children, right? So they were able to do that. The only factor was that they had that self-discipline, right? They had that innate desire. So a few days ago, I had the opportunity to talk to the first batch topper from our batch, rank 26. So she is a district collector in Gujarat. So all 4 of them got IAS, 4 of them are district collectors right now, right? So one is a joint commissioner income tax, one got IRS income tax. So her example I have given, her name is Neha Kumari. I have given so many times in all my orientations. So she came in January, right? In one attempt, she conquered this examination and got all India rank 26. She decided her optional while applying for the examination. Anthropology she decided. So during that time, the trend was that people were scoring 350, 360 in optionals. She scored around 260 or 270 only. All she did was, she took some notes available. She solved previous year question paper. She didn't have time, right? So, but we were making them write 10 questions, like, I think during that time, prelims was conducted in the month of July or August. So, some 5 to 6 months before prelims, we were making them write 10 questions every day. So, my logic has always been that you cannot compartmentalize prelims and mains preparation here, right? So, you have to gain lots of depth on every important topic that is related to the syllabus. To gain depth, you have to write lots of answers on the topic. Simultaneously solve MCQs also. Right. So that is the logic. We have secure initiative on the website, and every day we give around 20 to 25 MCQs every day. And recently while doing a mock, one girl from Maharashtra, she said that, sir, thanks to you, only because of website and especially these initiatives, secure, essay challenge and daily quiz, I have reached interview stage. These people haven't paid any fees. These are the free initiatives. But because of the certain socio-economic situation, circumstances, they are not able to come to big cities. But again, those bad experiences, they are motivated so much that there is a resource. I will be faithful to that resource and I will make use of it. See, the success is about consistency, right? And relying on trusted source, right? The moment you diversify your sources, thinking that for essay I will go here, for ethics I will go here, because the trend is like that. You don't have to do that. Everything is available in one place, both in offline and both in online at Insights IAS. You just have to be consistent. Right. I mean, I think for you, we are conducting essay class, right? A batch 1 we have started. So I think by next week we are going to do essay class for you also. And in the very beginning we do this essay. We don't wait for you to complete entire coaching, because the kind of topics we are getting are so-called philosophical topics, right? Topics on happiness, courage, truth, wisdom, success, failure, knowledge. These kind of, what is it, like universal values, right? Certain qualities, personality traits. On these, the topics are coming. You don't have to wait for society, economy, geography to get over for this, right? It is all about developing, your own critical thinking and, trying to read something extra beyond the syllabus, right? For that, every Sunday, the Hindu comes up with the magazine, right? The Sunday magazine, right? Do read it. Sunday magazine is very important. So that helps you become creative, right? That gives you lots of examples, ideas from the world of literature, from the world of entertainment, from the world of travel, from the world of society. Because in the very first page you see that something related to society, there is a big essay in the front page, right? It is related to LGBTQ, it is related to women, children, right? Child laborers, trafficking. So the most important, like pertinent issues. So they are in depth covered, through stories. You have to read. There is no other alternative. For you people who are here, who raised your hands and was like IAS, foreign service and everything, you have to develop. There is no shortcut here. Never rely on shortcut. You have to read books. You have to read hard copy. Don't rely on the Hindu, YouTube videos. YouTube videos for dummies. Those who cannot read and understand, right? For another category is there, those who have been reading newspaper all through their life. They want to save time, while going in metro or something. When they are working, maybe for them YouTube videos definitely help as a revision. But for you people who are building everything from the scratch, right? Brick by brick, everything from the scratch. If the foundation is weak, right? If the foundation is nothing but ability to comprehend, understand, make sense of all the complex editorials that appear every day. You have to be very good at it, whether it is related to economy, foreign policy, monetary policy, whatever it is, geopolitics, whatever it is, or technology also, right? Did you read yesterday there was an interview about artificial intelligence? Chief scientific advisor to the government in the Hindu. Did you read? It was a small So about semiconductor and artificial intelligence, how many of you read it? Very good. It's okay, I'm not going to ask question, just very good. So what about others? How many of you are sincerely going back and reading the Hindu? Those who are not reading, you are not going to crack this examination. You can write it down. It's a plain and simple. Right? And this is the truth. Right? Why I started with intro preparation is that, right? So when you interact with candidates who have cleared prelims and mains, you gain lots of insights from those candidates. So what made it possible for these people to appear in interview, and some of them, yes, second interview, third interview, right? And within them you can categorize. Some might have scored really well in mains, right? Some might have just scored just above the cutoff, right? And then they know they have lots of knowledge, but they are not able to articulate, right? From the interview perspective, they have lots of content. So I usually test their analytical ability by giving some abstract questions, right? So I will just throw a question at you. Let me see if somebody can answer, right? So what is going to be? It's a very simple question. There is a complex question, very simple. I'll first ask the simple question. What is going to be the implication of AI on democracy? Who will answer? Implication of artificial intelligence on democracy. Just think and answer. Any 1 point, 2 points? Nange gottilla, I'm just thinking. Yes.
Person only has to go and talk and solve it. Only the data regarding this problem can be collected and filtered in a way by using artificial intelligence.
So you're giving a positive point basically. It has implication for policy making in terms of collecting data, organizing data. Okay, so he is giving a positive point. Okay, fine. Then, so we have democracy, right? Like we have democracy like top to bottom, from our local self-governments in panchayat level to till parliament level. We have various institutions, various mechanisms, various processes, various individuals, right, who are vested with safeguarding, strengthening, running this democracy from top to bottom. Now suddenly this artificial intelligence is coming now, it is going to be integrated from top to bottom everywhere, in governance, in administration, in every institution, right? People are going to use, and then this is the mechanism, but then again you have 142 crore Indians, right? Among them, maybe right now, maybe 10 crore people may be using artificial intelligence, like Chat GPT and others. So that number will eventually rise. Right. Now I think nearly 90 crore or 100 crore people are using Facebook in India. Right. Facebook and other Instagram and other tools. So now the number will significantly improve. Then again, artificial intelligence is not something, what is it? It is a generative thing. It generates content, it generates ideas, it generates something called deep fakes. Right. Somebody can make a video of mine telling things that I never think of telling it. Right? Something talking negatively about women or negatively about a religion. Right? Exactly. It looks exactly like me. The voice is going to be similar to what you are hearing. Right? And it can be instantly circulated. So I am like, I want to become MLA. The one day before it is collapsed. So people think, till now we believe that he is a good individual. Now see what he is saying. So there have been many elections where people have lost because they made a negative comment in the previous, when there was no deep fake and all, right? Because they made some disparaging comment, like negative comments on the Monday election. If you remember Monday MP election, you will know that again Sumalata, some people made negative comment and it actually not positive. Of course, there was a deserving candidate, but again, so that is one aspect, right? Fake information, disinformation. What is the difference between misinformation and disinformation? No. Yes. disinformation and misinformation. Every day we see it in the context of social media, in the context of people sharing their opinions and ideas. Disinformation means knowing that it is wrong information, misleading information, intentionally sharing and circulating. That is disinformation. Misinformation, unknowingly, unintentionally, WhatsApp message aa gaya, right? So you do something like this, you are going to become rich, or this person has done something, like you just forward it. Right? You don't, because we lack critical thinking, we don't verify, we don't open another platform, we don't spend like few seconds if it is true or false, right or wrong. Without verifying what we do, we circulate. So that's a major trend. So artificial intelligence is going to make this more intense, more pervasive, because it can write opinions, it can come up with ideas, it can make people look like what they are not actually. So it has a huge implication for democracy, because this it is going to create narratives. In democracy, it's all about informed decision making, right? It is going to muddle, it is going to confuse. It is going to be a very big challenge for election commission in coming years. Very big challenge, right? And anybody who controls these technologies are going to be the bosses, right? Like Elon Musk. So those who control minds and narratives, so they can put governments of their choices through democratic process, right? So it has huge implications, like something like this. So you can go on thinking like this. So in interview, like you took some time, right, to think and organize your points. So I think it went on for 5 to 6 minutes, even just the little discussion here. In interview, you have like 30 to 40 seconds. In the live UPSC interview, maybe maximum 1 minute. If at all such questions will definitely come, because tomorrow as an IAS officer or as a IFS, IPS officer, you are going to fight. Morning itself while coming here, I tweeted like Bangalore has lost 140 crores for cyber crimes in January itself. Only Bangalore. All well settled, well employed, highly educated individuals, they are getting lured through WhatsApp messages. WhatsApp message will come, they join the WhatsApp group, will join the WhatsApp. So in the WhatsApp group, there are hundreds of people who are putting screenshots, opinions that, I invested for 50,000 and after a month I got 80,000 and it got credited. They'll put bank screenshot in the WhatsApp, right? You are a observer. It starts influencing you. And you visit those website and you log in, it all looks legitimate, all looks right, proper like website. So everything gets convincing. So you invest 50,000 and then in fact they will first month or after 2 months they will credit 1 lakh back to your bank account, right? And then the one who have introduced you, we will tell now invest like 5 lakh, right? So you might get like 8 lakh or 9 lakh. They invest 5 lakh. And then in fact they get like maybe 6 lakh or 6.5 lakh, something like this. And then they are motivated to invest 20 lakh. So now they will sell the land. Now they will sell the home. By then they have believed it. This is genuine. This is real. I am getting my amount. I have drawn money also. Right? You don't stop there. Right? You should exit. It's like Kaun Banega Karodpati, right? So when you have your options, you should exit. But people are losing like 50,000, 50 lakh, 60 lakh. Yesterday, the Hindu, it was the 90 lakh. Did you check that? Page 2. Page 3. There was a news like, one individual got lost 90 lakh rupees. He sold his house, land, wife jewelry, unknowingly. And he took loan. He had invested 50 lakh and then they told that, if he invest few more, he is going to get double of it. So, IPS officers, right? So for you, it is going to be a very big challenge. You cannot trace them because the people, when you invest money, it goes into 100 bank accounts of the poorest of the poor people in the country, those who do not know that they have bank accounts, right? Right? So these people will go, in the name of the grandmother, they will get an account and Ajji doesn't know, just, right? They have the passbook, they have they don't know passbook, the card, they'll get the card in that account. Money keeps coming, Ajji doesn't know, right? And the Ajji can be in Jharkhand, Ajji can be in Rajasthan, she can be some in remote village or something. So they're recruiting, youth, and they are giving commission. You cannot trace. The police who goes and finds out, you will see that he has to travel to nearly 20 states. Right? The officer who is chasing this case, they have to travel to 20 states. You cannot do that. Right? So the whole internet is creating so many issues, so many problems, and that is the reason you want to be in administration, to prevent, right? To protect people, to save people, to improve the society. So it's going to be very challenging, at the same time exciting, because you have to find solutions to toughest of the problems. Again, there is KPSC, you know that, right? KPSC, I have heard about it. What is it? Yeah. My sincere suggestion, apply for KPSC when there is a notification is out, right? Don't separately prepare. Don't start dreaming about it, that I have applied KPSC, tomorrow I am going to become AC, DYSP. No. At Insights IAS, you prepare to the UPSC. Like essay, you are chasing the 140. GS1 and GS3, for some reasons, very few people are able to score 100 plus. So that is why I have given 100, right? So GS2 people are, toppers are going to, they are able to score like 120 plus. In paper 4 also, 130 plus, many people have scored. So these are the numbers. If you achieve competency, right, in terms of, because you will know, like for example, if you bring essay to, let us say me or Ashish sir or Umesh sir, and if we give you for one essay, let us say 60-65 marks, so it is plus or 5 minus in the real examination. You know that you are already scoring 120, 130, even in that range, right? So if you have achieved that much competency in UPSC, from the perspective of UPSC, scoring highest marks in KPSC examination without writing single essay for KPSC, without separately preparing, even if it is a issue related to Karnataka, right? You are going to do well. People are screwing up, their age, attempts and everything by focusing on KPSC. Now, whether to write mains or whether to prepare for KPSC prelims, those who are stuck for 4 to 5 years in this examination, because mains is supposed to be conducted in the month of March, right? If they go ahead, if nothing happens, because every time examination is conducted, there are so many hurdles, because KPSC commits mistakes. Missed so many mistakes. Even the secondary examination, there have been like more than 50 mistakes in the Kannada translation. Glaring. When I say glaring, you can see them. They have invented new words that do not exist in any of the dictionaries, right? In fact, they have invented new words. Neither Sanskrit, nor Hindi, nor Tamil, Tulu, Kannada, absolutely no, right? How can you do this? This is a real-time examination you are going to conduct to, select candidates for running the state, right? As part of the core administration like AC, DOSP, right? So when you have such things, such mistakes, so the protests are bound to happen. So, again, there is so much inefficiency in KPSC. Some of you should become officers there and improve KPSC. So if somebody does that, my big pranam, big namaskar for you, because you are going to help lakhs of students and the state, right, and its development. It is linked to development of the state. It is linked to development of the language. It is linked to the overall well-being of individual, right? An honest DYSP, a very competent, honest assistant commissioner can do wonderful things to, the people that particular jurisdiction, subdivision. So it's not happening. Like for so many decades, so many corrupt people have accumulated, and still we are some kind of developed state. It's a magic, right? That's because of the individuals, who don't mind about government, who don't care about politics. You do your own thing, you lead your own life by getting some employment, by doing some self-employment. So yes, there is a new phenomenon, is the individualism, the growing individualism in the society, where you are self-reliant because of the technology, because of avenues that are there to, earn something. People are not dependent so much on the government nowadays. You don't care who is your MLA, who is your MP, because you are never going to meet them, you are never going to talk to them. So that is not happening in this country, right? So, but as a bureaucrats, right, you can really do so many good things. So the journey starts from here, and all of you can, I mean this, what I'm going to say, I really mean this, irrespective of what were your percentages, how much academically you were poor, right? You can all, everyone sitting here actually can crack this examination, but for everyone it is not going to take same time, right? Somebody who has developed those qualities, you may crack this examination sooner than others. Some of you who didn't have those opportunities, for example, here they were sitting nearly 90% or even 99% has never written essay in your life. I mean, except like class 8th, 9th essays, right? Competition wise, very few. How many of you written essays? Wow, that is very good. Like, where did you write? Very good. When in school, which standard? 12th, very good. What about you? In MSc you wrote. On what topic? Okay, very good. And what about others? Those who raised your hands. On what topic you wrote? At which standard? How English impacts contemporary India. Wonderful, very good. So in your MA English? In graduation. Good, very good. What about others? I'm really happy because in most of the batches, literally nobody raises hands. That means we have got wonderful students here. Yes. ಇನ್ನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ? ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್, ಅಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್? ವೇರ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ರೈಸ್ಡ್. ಹೇಳಿ. Social media impact on new generation. When was it? Degree, like BA, BCom, BSc, BSc. Very good. ಬೇರೆಯವರು? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದು? ಹೌದಾ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಗುಡ್. ದೆನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ. ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ BA ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲ, BCom ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಚನಕಾರಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಚೈನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ so the idea was, why I'm asking this question, if you were introduced to some sort of writing, right, you will not have so much inhibition to start writing here, right? That inertia, what do we call, some inhibition. So others might get scared in the sense that think a lot, how to write, what to write, how to start, right, how to organize my thoughts, how to structure the essay, 1200 words. So we are going to teach it, but you will have the fear. Similarly with respect to answer writing. So though we are telling you to write answers and come and show to faculty, how many of you have written all the answers from day one? Like 7-8 members? ಇನ್ನು ಹೋದರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತ ಏನು? What happened to others? Why didn't you write? Tell me. Time ಇರಲಿಲ್ವಾ? For you people there is plenty of time. After 3-hour class, what are you going to do? Like, you have time, right? You can write, you can read papers. In fact, I was going to suggest, in addition to one answer in the class, compulsorily write 2 answers from our secure initiative. Right? You can answer in your notebook and just, take a photo of it, post it in the comment, and it is going to be evaluated. Right? Next time morning you can check that answer, instant evaluation. Right? It is going to be evaluated, like very detailed analysis of it. So many people, as I said, I gave some examples earlier, right? So you have to do that, like start with minimum 2 to 3 answers every day. So if you write one answer, you are going to write 300 plus answer in a year, right? 2 answer, around 600 plus answers. 3 answers, 900 plus answers. Those many answers, if you keep a file of it, track of it, and keep revising, because once you write, you will feel like you want to learn more about it. You are going to do little bit research because you want to have concepts clear, you want to collect relevant examples, right? So if you write 900 answers in a year, you are going to be good with those many topics. They will stay in your memory. Like even if you can reproduce 30-40% of the content you have written in an answer in the real-time examination, right? That is still far better than the rest of the competition, right? It is how I stay ahead of the competition. That should be a constant thought in your mind, right? How you stay ahead is write more number of answers, right? Do more number of revisions, write more number of essays, solve more number of MCQs. Visit our website. Have you visited our website? Do you visit? Are you solving the current affair quiz every day? Do that. See, every day how many current affairs questions we are posting? 10. I think 15. 10. Okay. So 10 and then in a year 300 days 3000 questions. 3000 only current affair questions. Right. So if you do every day consistently, by the time next year prelims, you are going to have, I think, literally somewhere around 4000 questions. You would have solved 4000 current affair questions. And if you do monthly revision of these questions, right? So you will retain the content, right? You will have lots of content to enrich your answers also. When you write secure answers, you can get some facts from here. When you write weekly test, if you have included some current affair questions, right? So you can do well in those current affair questions. So irrespective of where you come from, what you come from, I mean, how slow you are learner, these are the essential things you must do on a daily basis, right? Don't give excuse, I am taking more time to read and finish something, right? So dedicate some 2 to 3 hours every day for secure answer writing and daily current affair quiz, right? So that is going to help you so much, right? So in one attempt cracking prelims, your chances will significantly improve, right? If you do these two things on a daily basis, right? So you don't have to join any separate test series, any crash course of prelims, nothing. It's not at all required. Every day you have to be just consistent, keep revising. You will see significant, as I said in the beginning, that progress. You'll feel it actually, that your knowledge is improving. That is when you will feel worth, coming here, investing your money, your energy, your time. Right? You should actually feel that it was worth investing that much amount, and it's a very decent amount, right? Reasonable amount compared to what they are charging in Delhi, right? And so I have informed everyone, every faculty, every mentors that anybody who comes with answer writing should always be evaluated, no excuses, and should be encouraged to write more, right? Mentorship is going to be an extremely serious affair in the institution, right? So you have to make use of it. And in Delhi they are charging 40 to 45,000 separately for mentorship. No classes, nothing. So what people do, you invest 1 lakh, you take coaching. In Delhi they invest 2 lakh, they take coaching. You never write answers, you never write essays. After taking coaching, then you feel like you need mentoring, right? You want someone to evaluate your answer. So then you enroll for another annual program. They tell you you bring unlimited answers, we will evaluate. They know that you are not going to write unlimited answers, right? So even if you will write for a week, 2 weeks, and then stop it. In the Josh you will write, and then you will stop it, and the money is gone, right? And then after 1 or 2 months, this idea again comes, I should start again. Then there is no motivation. So instead, here use this facility on a daily basis, right? So it's a very well oiled system here, right? You finish the class, you go revise, you write answers in the evening or next morning, right? And also I've informed that from tomorrow, current affair classes are going to be regular, like for you, because before this class, 1 hour or 1.5 hours, there is going to be current affair class weekly, twice or thrice. You don't need everyday current affair class, twice or thrice, and then the rest of the class, if it is environment will continue. Similarly for the another batch also, right? So you may have to sit like 4.5 to 5 hours in the class, but it is worth. So rest of the day you can go solve the quiz, write the secure answers, because you would have gained some knowledge in the class with respect to current affairs also. And this is going to be consistent, and you have to be consistent, right? So 741 was the cutoff for mains last year. The marks I gave, 880 is like 140 marks more than the cutoff. But if you score 742 and if you score 215 in interview, even then you are going to get a rank. 1 mark above the cutoff, highest marks in interview, you are going to still get a rank in the examination. So either way, you improve personality to the highest possible level, even if you are just lucky, scraped through, this main just through 1 mark, even then you can crack this examination. Or as I've been telling you, be consistent, do writing every day, right? Essay also, the classes are going to happen, and every Sunday we give you topic. Take the topic, Sunday I think you should devote for writing essay and solving giving the tests, weekly test, and then analyzing them. 50 MCQs, you analyze all 50 MCQs, right? So what is the new thing? Because all 50 questions are not going to be familiar, right? We make it intentional. So we don't want to create false confidence in you that, by giving only familiar known questions, build false confidence. Because the real exam, it is not going to be like that. Even if you complete everything, the question paper looks new. The actual prelims examination. So what we do, some 20-25 questions very familiar. Remaining questions we extrapolate, we correlate with something else, related concept. We try to bring multiple concepts, something from the current affairs you might have missed, right? So treat them as something extra that you are getting every Sunday, as part of the learning. So spend some 3 to 4 hours in analyzing all the 50 MCQs and 1 to 2 hours going through the mains questions. And don't take extra time and write mains answers. Try to stick to the time limit, right? If it is 1 hour, if you are able to write only 1 answer, 2 answer, it is perfectly fine. And make it sure that every Sunday, because there is a dedicated evaluation team, right? Every Sunday you come, the same team that evaluates our mains test series, the same team is kept here. So every Sunday you come and write the test and give them for evaluation. So after writing for another like 50 weeks, right, you would have written so many answers. You'll be proud, You'll feel better about, when you look back into those copies. For all of this to happen, internally you have to be very strong individual. This is all new to you, like, staying in this preparation mode, in this zone, so 10 to 12 hours every day for next literally like 750 days, right? Extremely difficult. It takes lots of mental toughness, lots of courage, right? Trying to focus here, forgetting about what is happening at home, what is happening with your friends, relatives, family members, right? You have to be internally strong. Don't never compare with your friends. Let them get into the best of the jobs in the world, enjoy their lives. Don't compare. That you studied in a good college, but you are unemployed and you are going to spend, as I said, 2.5 years to 3.5 years. It's perfectly fine. I mean, not fine, but not fine beyond that time, right? So if possible, if you are really disciplined, try to do post-graduation, right? Maybe after 1 year, after completing the course, right? Or if you do everything what I have told, next year, like after giving 1 attempt, if it doesn't happen, you can go to job and you can continue preparation. Any job you can join and you can continue preparation. But for that, the foundation, right? So this is called as foundation course. It is not just feeding you information and completing. In Insights, we don't believe in that. You have to contribute. You have to do lots of stuff. Ultimately, that decides whatever marks are given to you, right? And prelims, I expected cutoff to be 87, 88, 24. Then you are telling 90. So in paper 1, your target should be 100 plus. right? So 50+% marks in every prelim test you give, 80% plus accuracy. That should be your target. More than 80% accuracy, right? So 80% plus accuracy if you achieve, right? Because you are not going to answer all 100 questions. And try to improve that accuracy. Don't try to attempt all the questions in prelims. So the target should be improving the accuracy. Similarly, CSAT, so don't ignore CSAT, don't wait for the classes. We are going to do classes, but CSAT is something that you should develop by yourself, right? So from now onwards, be in touch with previous year questions of CSAT and the GS paper 1, prelims and mains question also. Every day make it a ritual to go through previous year question papers. The more you familiarize, the more you know them in and out, every previous year question, prelims and mains, it gives you lots of confidence. Right, you are always in the right direction. Make it a ritual, just like you wake up and do the morning things, brush and everything. So make it a ritual, right? Involuntary ritual, previous year questions, and try to be ahead. As I said, which topic yesterday was taught in environment? Okay, map and biosphere reserves. Yeah, in another 5 minutes I'll complete. So try to solve every question that is there on biosphere reserve in every UPSC examination, NDA, CDS, engineering service, economic service, right, civil services, right. There are like 4 to 5 examinations where you will see environment related questions. Within that, whatever questions related to what was taught yesterday, right. That day itself you do research. Maybe you can ask AI also, maybe it can give you. So be good with those concepts, those questions. Like that after every topic. So don't just rely on UPSC previous civil service. So other examinations are there. So collect questions from other examinations and try to be good every day. Right. And then weekly, every week before the test you revise, after the test you revise, so that it doesn't act as burden when you move to another subject. So you will still remember these things. Only if you have solved daily questions, only if you have done weekly tests, then you will feel confident when another subject is happening. For example, after environment, if you move to, let us say, modern history, example, while listening to modern history, you don't feel underconfident about environment, provided you have done all these things. If you haven't done anything, only listen to class, only written down notes, while modern history is happening, you will feel underconfident, like you'll get scared about this environment, like why I'm forgetting, I don't remember anything. So yeah, this is what I wanted to convey in your class. There is so much to talk, like if we go on talking, we can talk so much. And hopefully I will also come and take few essay classes, and now and then maybe once or twice in a month we'll just come and interact with you regarding I'll keep asking question like how many answers you have written. I'll keep reminding you that I had come, and if you have spent like 1.5 hours time for you, that should be made invaluable by you, right? Worth. Do it. I mean, what is there to lose? Is it a punishment? No. Right, it's a reward. Right, you are going to be benefited. I don't know how many of you felt it actually. When you actually use some part of your mind or brain, apply it and create something, even if it is ridiculous, even if it is imperfect, right? That actually gives confidence, and then you continue it. Do it again and again. So you will arrive at a place. So those who start writing answer today and essay this week, after 4 to 5 months, you are already in a position where your combined total mains marks, right, is already just above the cutoff. Just above the cutoff. I was talking about 880. You are already just above the cutoff, right? Those who are still thinking not doing, you are 100 marks behind the cutoff. You are not, prelims, cracking prelims is also there. I don't think you will be able to do that. Okay. So, all the best, and I hope all of you achieve your dreams, with your own efforts, with our guidance, and it's 99% totally earned by you. So our role is just 1%, keeping you in the right track, keeping you, guided, and we are going to do this on a regular basis. And as I said, at that another batch of around 30 to 40 students, I think it's very soon for you that we will eventually inform. So that depends on how many of you are competent, right? So we will choose. I mean, I think we will just come and call names from the every batch, like 5 to 6 people whom we think they are going to get ranked. We'll put them and we'll grind them, right? So you get topmost ranks in this examination. So wish you all the best. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Just 5 minutes. Regarding optional, have you taken decision? So don't do optional now. My suggestion, maybe you can start doing optional from the month of June, July. So don't overburden in the initial phase itself. As I said, you are still laying the foundation. These things, what you are doing, you should try to do them more perfectly. Right? If you try to enjoy them, because the moment everything, I mean, if entire time goes in the classroom itself, right? So I don't think you will be able to go back and create something for yourself, do something. So I think in the beginning, I think you should give time for yourself. And my sincere suggestion, irrespective of how brilliant, how extremely good, or how many gold medals you have won, don't go for optionals like mathematics, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, botany, zoology, physics, chemistry, right? If you have somebody thought about it, you can forget this exam. Right, we will read and you can go back. There is no point in continuing. It will prolong the journey. You may eventually crack. It will prolong. You can go with those optionals, right? Only provided if you have completed those optionals, right? You can go with those optionals provided in this moment, if you already completed them during your graduation, post-graduation, and you are really good with those optionals, then maybe you can, because you have to give majority of your time for GS, essay, prelims, mains, improving these stuff. So these optionals prevent you doing, from that. And also law and medical science, you can go ahead with them provided you are already good in them. I don't put them in those category like mechanical and mathematics. These are doing good, like medical science has done really well this year, right? Law, I mean, depends on the candidate. So it keeps doing well as long as they are good with law optional and has done well in their, during LLB time. And the most popular optionals are, when I opened app like for mock interview, sociology, political science, right? Anthropology, geography. Geography is doing well again, but again not so well. Again, don't rely on this. It does well 1 year and it doesn't do well another year. And a literature of languages, various languages. So they come at 4th or 5th in terms of ranking. And to some extent PubDat has done well, but still my recommendation is those top 3 optional subjects. Professional courses only if you really feel confident, only if you have done masters in them, right? Professional courses only if you have done masters. Those who have done medical PG, they are appearing in more numbers in the interview stage. They are able to do well in the medical science. Similarly, law, those who have done LLM, they have better opportunity, or law from MLS or NALSA, something like that. So they are able to 260, 270 score. Again, not like 290, 300 and all, right? And 84% of the engineers in this field, or even from science background, choose humanities. It is not something that you are going to be scared about, that you are engineer or science graduate, you are going to choose something different. So for all optionals, we have wonderful faculties also. I'm not sure when they are going to, but even if they are going to start, my suggestion, personal, maybe from June or July, you should do your optional preparation. Usually it takes 4 to 5 months to complete it. So during that time, I think you can complete it. Okay, all the best. Thank you.